Mic test 1 2 1 2.
Apologies about that. We are back here, getting back into tonight's game, which is going to be 5 flankers, 0 anchors versus Aute tonight. These rosters, if we want to swap over to the first roster here of 5 flankers, no anchors, we, of course, have B Parm, Marks, Baby Merchant, Hoy Hoy, as well as Montana. It's definitely got some older faces on here. Obviously, Hoy Hoy and Merchant, there are some very old faces here inside of the BroLeague, as well as some newer talent that we haven't seen yet. Marks is still fairly new, although she did play last season. I have not seen Montana play yet, so I'm excited to see how this roster shakes out.
Yeah, and as we go over to Aute, we're gonna look at, a few of these names. I'm new to the league myself, but as I've heard, Dr. Thunder as well as who was it? Was it Banana? I believe they
Tiger.
are Tiger. Okay, they are the veterans of this team. But doesn't seem that Tiger's going to be playing, as he will be replaced by Dynasty tonight. But as you look at this roster, you have Banana, Wago Doggo, Dr. Thunder, and Ranger.
Wago Doggo is also not going to be joining us tonight. He will be replaced by Lego tonight in this game of Siege. Speaking of which, let's head over to the map band to see where today's decider will be played. It's going to be a good old-fashioned clubhouse. Gotta love it.
Always love to see that. Yep.
Always love clubhouse. 5 flankers banning Bank, Chalet, Villa, and Border. Aute opting to ban Oregon, Cafe, Sky, and Theme Park. And going into Clubhouse, 5 FOA. We'll start on the defense, and Aute will start on the attack. But I believe we have everyone in the lobby. I believe we are ready to start here. Just in a few minutes shortly. I am just so incredibly excited to see these two rosters duke it out in a good old-fashioned club.
Yeah, and you see Clubhouse, one of the classics of Siege. It's had its couple tweaks here and there with a couple reworks. You had the original rework where they brought in the old gym and cash side to kind of combine it with the construction that everyone's so accustomed to now. But then with the newest change that I feel like is maybe a year or two back now, they changed up the bar a little bit. They made stock, that bomb site, a little bit more viable. But you still don't see it too often, so maybe we'll see it tonight.
I sure hope we do. We don't get to see bar stock a whole lot often in BroPlay anymore, which it makes me sad, because there are some interesting holes that you can do on the strip side of things on the bar stock side. So maybe we'll see
Absolutely.
it. Maybe I know, but what I do know is that we're going to see some fantastic plays tonight. As we get in here to the operator bans, 5 flankers, 0 anchors, having the first and starting bans. They're going to opt to ban that Hibana out. Makes sense, a fairly default ban on Clubhouse, especially for that basement hold. They're going to have to either bring a can openers or multiple hard breachers like an Ace or a Thermite in order to get all the hatch control that they want. I'm interested to see their defensive ban with that in play now, but Aute, they're going to opt to ban for the Dokkaebi.
You know, that's a pretty interesting ban. Every now and then you'll see a Dokkaebi get banned, but you know, maybe they know something that we don't. Maybe there's a Dokkaebi player on the other squad of 5 flankers, 0 anchors. But yeah, I honestly wouldn't miss a Dokkaebi either if I was the player here, as we're also going to see a Valkyrie get banned. You know, it looks like they're going to try to slow down this intel as much as they can here, as 5 flankers goes with their last ban, which is an Azami. Not surprised by that very much. You see Azami get banned a good bit in Pro League play, as you know, she can make all those barriers, and it's definitely a nuisance to have to deal with. So
It does
we're gonna
definitely soften up that Rafters hold. We do get to see a Solus on the board, and you immediately see that Parm, he's going to hop on the Solus, try and deny some of this early drone work that might come out from the side of Aute. Lineup wise, it's looking a lot more standard here. You got the Smoke, you got the Jaeger, Malusi. We don't see a whole lot more Maestro pick. That is something we don't see a whole lot often anymore. But they're starting basement, so I figured it would make a lot more sense here as we get into round number 1 on Church and Arsenal.
Yeah, and the Alta's still such a good gun. You can't ever go wrong with it, you know, as well as the speed changes while everyone's ADS. Maestro, as far as fragging, you know, is just as good, if not better, than he was before, but it comes down to his gadget. You know, there's so many more counters to the Evil Eye as opposed to when it first came out, before it was able to be smacked and hacked and zapped and whatever else you could possibly think of as far as countering a Maestro. But you know, you do see the Solus walking around looking for some of these drones, as she will see Legos as well as the one in CC. So you're gonna possibly see some of these drones get taken out, as yeah, she's gonna run up there and go ahead and try to take those out herself.
I really like that this is the early play that we're getting to see a lot from the Solus, because that is what she shines at. Getting those early drone picks so that you have less utility to watch flanks left in the round or to set your entries up. I believe IQ might be banned. Are we gonna have to... We might need to have a rehost here.
I'm not too familiar with the IQ ban. What's up with that?
Well, there's currently a bug in the game with IQ where they can, where IQ can see gadgets on a person whether they are deployed or not. So essentially, with the scanner now, she has wall hacks, kind of similar to how Solus does, but she does have a gun up in response. So this might be a little bit of a controversial starting round. Parm, he's gonna sit on that top floor. I do not believe they've
We're
thrown
gonna
him
possibly
out
see
here.
a flank clear, a roam clear here, as that's gonna be one, and a refrag immediately by the IQ, taking out Parm. But you know, that's a good frag to get the Thatcher early. As we're gonna see another one taken out here on the main stairs. That's gonna be your Malusi, as we're just seeing an influx of kills here from the attackers. And it's already...
Oh, sorry.
You got it. You got it.
Yep. Aute showing no remorse on this initial clear. They are making sure that no roamers are allowed here on this site. Last 2 members remaining will be Montana on the Smoke and Hoyhoy on that Maestro. Although the members of Aute have been softened up immensely. So Fernanda on 1 HP, Lego on half HP, and with quick work from both the SMG-11, those Toxic Babes left, and the Alda, that can definitely turn into an even man advantage really quickly.
It'll even take just one shock from the Evil Eye to take out Branana, as he's 1 HP here. We're going to be looking at Lego's point of view here, as he's trying to get an angle onto the guy on Minibar in Church. Can't quite find him yet. The Smoke's in a dangerous position here, as they know his position. They're going to push blue and try to clear out as much as they can. It looks like a probable Church take. Time's winding down.
Hoy with 2 frags finding Banana and Lego. This Smoke of Montana will be down for the wall now. 1v2 with Hoi Hoi, all in hand. He's got a bunch of kills left to find. Dr. Thunder, he'll try to stick that plant straight through the wall. Dynasty, he's wary to Hoi Hoi's position. Now in a post plant. 21 bullets left in that. All the Osa to fall. Now 1v1. Hoi Hoi with a triple on the round. Can he make this a quad? Post plant clutch. All the reloaded. Looking down to the long hallway. Not gonna see the thermite of Dr. Thunder as he denies a quad and a clutch from Hoi Hoi on the Maestro, giving Aute their first attack.
Yeah, and you love to see that there. It was showing to be a pretty strong ground from the attackers of Eos Alte there, but towards the end of the round, you see the Alta coming in clutch, and he just didn't have the last kill in hand. If he did, he wins the round, but unfortunately, we're going to see the Maestro fall. I'd like to see the Maestro be brought back again because it was nice to see Maestro in play. It's been a while since we've seen him in comp play, but not going to see him this time as they opt for a gym bedroom hold with the mirror and castle set up. So expect an extension over into the cash side of things. And this should be a pretty interesting round as they go gym bedroom.
Interesting rotation to go gym bedroom second. They have been avoiding CCTV quite heavily, which has been a recent trend that we've seen in a lot of these more recent comp matches. Defensive teams are less favoring towards that bomb site now because it is rather easy to take it, even though it is a lot more easy to defend it. One thing that is being brought now from the side of 5FOA because it was not banned out. The Mira Montana gonna be playing on that on the Spanish operator, which could definitely slow down a lot of the clear from Eos Aute if they want to clear that cache line open.
Absolutely, and the Mira, it's such a big pick. I'm kind of surprised that wasn't one of the bans that we saw coming out. She's not really used a lot on some of the other bomb sites, but you'll see her every now and then, and a lot of times it's just a pre-ban for a lot of teams. So it's good to see that she's finally in some play here, and you see her, a majority of time when they decide to go the gym bedroom bomb site, they're gonna start by taking out these castles early. Looks like that was the gym castle barricade taken out, and they start setting up for a jacuzzi wall take with the Oates to the Ace, as well as the Thatcher.
A lot of EMPs coming out on the side. They won't guarantee this wall will open. Mark's there to greet them though on this battle. Mira. Minute left on the clock. Now the discovery phase starting to get in full swing now as Eos Alte is starting to drone out some of these members of 5FOA, trying to poke and prod at this defense, trying to figure out where they're weak, where they can enter, how they can set their entries up to get themselves an advantage. Banana is making headway towards billiards, getting underneath of the bomb site. Might toss up some frag grenades, could catch some members of the opposing team out if they are unaware.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting play here as the person in bar is going to be looking for any unexpected defenders that may be on this first floor, but it doesn't seem to be the case. There doesn't seem to be any there. It looks like it's a pretty solid top hold with no roamers on the, on the lower floors. Whoa, that's Dr. Thunder gone from, I believe, main stairs onto jacuzzi. A take pre-fire onto the guy bathroom showers. The Mira's gonna peek the Capital here once more. Still playing the main stairs. Banana gets the Mira. That's gonna be leaving this team into a 3v4 on defense. This Jaeger's in a very tough position. A guy right next to him in bedroom. Is he gonna find one? One jumps into a frost mat.
Merchant to capitalize, and now here come the kills. Parm with one, Banana to respond. Hoi Hoi felled. Now it's just Merchant and Parm in a 2v2. Banana has the Mira window. 20 seconds left. Can each member of these teams clutch up? Merchant, he'll find Banana, but now it's a 1v1. But the Frost Mat manages to clutch out the round as
Huge
Hoi
play.
Hoi, with a pre-placed, manages to find that last frag, giving 5FOA their first defense.
Yeah, we saw those frost mats come in handy that round. I'm surprised that that wasn't something that the attackers droned out, as it seemed like they were trying to push in pretty fast there, and maybe that's just something that went missed on the drone work. But great job there from EOS Alte to go ahead and take gym bedroom as they go back downstairs to church. And once again, we're gonna see this team completely dismiss CCTV. Maybe we'll see a stock bar hold before we see a CC hold.
We can only hope. I am excited to see one if it does come about. Fairly
That's
similar
just
to
my
lineup.
dream.
It is indeed.
We do see a Maestro being brought once more from this church hold. It looks like the exact same lineup, if I'm not mistaken, but last time we saw them hold this bottom site, they had the Solus wandering around, and she was holding over there by Jacuzzi Wall. She got a pick before she was eventually taken out by the IQ, but right now we're looking at a similar possible roam here from the Solus of Parm. And it's going to take a little bit better drone work from the attackers of Five Flankers No Anchors, as last time they missed the Solus and lost an attacker in the process. So hopefully we don't have to see, any missed drone work here, and better roam clear from these attackers, as we're going to see the Cybertruck holo being brought by the Buck of Dynasty. So that'll be interesting to watch, as we don't get to see that site being used very often.
What also is really interesting is the lineup being brought out from the side of EOS Aute on this attack. Ranger on that Vink, he's not going to be able to get that opening pick though. Dynasty, he finds Merchant, the Jaeger gone, the ADSs will remain. Gives that early man advantage to EOS Aute going into the 2-minute mark. Banana on the Lion, cause some havoc over towards Blue. Breaks through the wall, the pitter-patter of the V308 will try to find marks, but it is not going to happen.
Yeah, and we see, once again, the Solus on the roam, and is going to take out once again another attacker. This is something we saw from the first church round. They didn't clear out the Solus, and I feel like that's starting to become, a common problem here, is them not clearing out these roamers when they're on this bottom floor. And if this becomes something that is too common of a problem, it could lead to more lost rounds, as Parm is going to find a second. That's on the Thunder. That's your ace gone, and now you can't get any hard breaches onto this church wall if they decide to go for a church take. It seems like it might just be a hard blue take, but they still have to clear out the Solus of Parm, who is now sitting pretty comfortably in rafters. Seems like they know, though.
It definitely does. Banana making his way towards position. He has reinforcement towards Stone. He's gonna hop through the window. He cannot outduel the Solus. That could be a quad on the round. Yes, it will. Parm with a quad before he gets shut down by Dynasty. 1v3, minute left on the round. Case is cold, but he's retrieved by the Buck. 45 seconds left on the board. He's going to get one last drone. It's seeming like a monumental task for Dynasty, as Montana's still got 2 toxic babes in pocket. So even if he did make his way into sight to get that diffuser down, there is a lot of denial here. Dynasty, he'll approach towards Blue, checking for the prone holes. Does not flick to marks in time. 5 flankers with an incredible effort from Parm managed to get a second defensive round and win their church.
And that's just something that's, you look at EOS Aute and you just have to roam clear a little bit better than that. You have to clear out that top floor. That's why players like the Solus of Parm get to walk around and kind of do what they want there. They, especially on the Solus, you can find any of those gadgets wandering around, those drones that are possibly coming to you. But right there, I mean, they didn't even try to clear out the gym bedroom side. At least in the previous round, they went over there and got the refrag immediately. But you see what happens when the roam clear is not executed to, the way that you would normally hope from an attacking team, especially on a map like Clubhouse, which has 3 floors and is so big with so many rooms. You've just got to clear that out. And I understand you've got crunch on time, but that's what happens when you don't clear out the guy who's been over there both times that you've went church. So, you know, you got to clear that guy out. You clear him out, and then you go for this take onto site, and then you don't have to worry about losing 4 people to 1 person. And, you know, it just sucks. We didn't see a great pinch there on the garage rafters, and we didn't see, you know, hardly any roam clearing on the side of gym bedroom. So hopefully they do a little bit better of a job here, as it seems like they're going to leave that CC wall soft. No, they're going to start the reinforcement now. Possible wall bang. Oh, just above the head. And that's so unfortunate, as that would have been perfect. Kind of weird that they didn't get that reinforcement off sooner.
Might have been a slight oversight, but they got it down nonetheless. Banana looking towards this angle, trying to find that opening pick again. Merchant below, might not be aware to the Yana. There it is. Banana once again, 30 seconds of the round. That's another opening pick. Nade get tossed out, could find one. If they're not careful, will deal half health to Marks. He's now reduced to about 50 HP. Another nade will come out. It will miss its mark. 2 minutes left in the round. Banana now out of utility. Breach will get opened. That is the thermite of Thunder to do it. Shield on the corner will prevent their advance, but Thunder's there with the response. He's got a similar shield to meet the smoke. Is now. It's just a game of chicken. It's whoever wants to peek first here. Drones will come out and try and spot other members of this position. Marked with the equalizer. Lego falls. That's the ace gone. But Bernana's
immediate refrag.
Really good positioning here from the Yana. Now towards Swamp. Farm might be ready for him. Yes, he is. 3v3 now. No discernible man advantage. Dr. Thunder, Ranger, and Dynasty versus Montana, Hoi Hoi, and Parm. Hoi Hoi still got 2 Toxic Babes left in pocket. So should he use them to deny this advance or to deny this push? Dynasty, he's just gonna run in. He doesn't spot Montana. The duel will go in Dynasty's favor.
Wow.
And now he's stuck on the red stairs. Case not in hand though, but Dynasty is incredibly low. Minute left. Parm will try to land some shots. Thunder will down him though. And now Ranger to finish him off. It's now all on Hoi Hoi. Once again in a 1v3. 45 seconds left on the clock. He sprint back. He'll find that kill into Dynasty. Split second reaction there as he tries to get this reloaded down so that he can hold down the other members of Aute on this approach. No Toxic Babe left in pocket. He has to have his gun up in order to win this attack. We've seen him do it before. He'll bait the run. Thunder might be weird of Hoi Hoi's position. He wins that fight anyway. 1v1, 15 seconds left. Ranger knows exactly where he is. Hoi Hoi just has to play time here. He's on the basement floor. Shotgun through the floor, trying to find Ranger, but Ranger knows that Hoi Hoi does not know where he is. He'll stick that plant. 45 now tick down. Hoi Hoi looks to clutch again! Triple on the round! 1v3 clutch from Hoi Hoi! My God, you just cannot stop this man. He'll run in, he'll get that defuse, and give 5 flankers, no anchors, a 3rd defensive round.
Yep, and you rather play checkers on a leopard's ass than mess with Hoi Hoi here on the Smoke SMG. You're going to see a top-tier player on the SMG 11, and he's going to run the SSG uniform, and that's just a beautiful uniform. I'm not going to lie to you, buddy. But what a shot there onto the Thatcher after the diffuser goes down. Great job there by the 1v3 situation there for Hoi Hoi, and that's going to leave 5 flankers, 0 anchors to a 3-1 lead to a probably what should have been a 2-2 split there in the first 4 rounds of this match, as now they're going to opt to go to the gym bedroom site, and we got, once again, the Samira Castle hold and the Frost. So let's see if they shoot the Frost mats.
What a insane round from Hoi Hoi there. Honestly, that is a really good half to have at that 3-1 already. Just getting 3 rounds on your half on the side that you picked is already an incredible accomplishment. Any more from the side of 5FOA is just going to be a massive boon to their coffers here. Aute need to rack up some more defenses if they want to have a chance when they swap to that defensive half here. Looks like they're going for a fairly similar setup. See if they remember to reinforce the main wall here. That was nearly a fairly glaring oversight in their setup. Hoi hoi. Gonna make that rotation. Montana realizes that that wall is not reinforced. They're not gonna make that same blunder again.
Yeah, that would be, quite the unfortunate mistake 2 rounds in a row, but we're gonna see this attack possibly another Jacuzzi take, but maybe we'll see a little bit more of a presence on the cash side as well. Looks like the Ace and what I believe is the Osa, as well as maybe the Zoph, pushing over here for the Jacuzzi side take. They're going to go ahead and open up this Logi hatch with the sledge and get ready to open up this Jacuzzi wall. Watching a run out from a possible defender there in dirt, but it doesn't seem like there's anybody over there. Nothing on the wall. He's going to go ahead and just throw a couple ace charges on there, as well as get a couple impact EMPs to make sure there's just nothing left on the wall. Castle's going to hold this Mira on this bathroom wall and rotate to these feet holes. Still holding this bathroom though, as we're going to see a heavy Jacuzzi presence. Ranger falls off the roof, I'm assuming. Unfortunate blunder there, and this is just speaking to what's been going on with EOS Alte. Pretty much this whole game, just blunder after blunder, but hopefully we see them step it up and stop making these crucial mistakes that are losing them rounds.
Boy, he'll look over towards that Logi hatch, try to catch the sledge that might try to nade his position. He's getting pinched now, as now the Osa and the sledge are wary to his position. Stuns will come out from the Zofia. Try and flush out the defenders here inside a cache. Merchant will spot the Osa of Dynasty. Not a whole lot to there. Shots will come out. Damage done to Merchant. And now Dynasty spraying through the wall is now, I believe that's Parm to back him up on the Jaeger. He'll try to retreat. He'll do so successfully. Not a whole lot done. Hoi hoi. He'll finish what little was left of Ranger. Merchant still playing on this tight position here. I don't believe they know playing close to the door. Now they do. That's an easy frag for Banana. Equalizes the round count and gets a double kill off of that, bringing it back into Aote's favor. 45 seconds ticking down. Thunder elsewhere finds Montana. That will make this a lot more palatable. Banana with a triple on the round finds Hoi Hoi. No clutch for you this time. It's all on Marks now. Race to the wall. Chill down Coil. Now, as now Banana on the mirror window will stall this advance. Marks is trapped. Now it's back to 1v4 as Lego is retrieved. Does not look like anything else is going to come of this round. Plant will start. Lego getting revenge on Marks for downing him. And now, EOS Aute, they're find its second attacking round.
Yeah, and seemingly what happened there was, at least in my opinion, the fall there by Ranger led to a blood sacrifice that was only necessary for the round to be won there by the attackers of EOS Alte. I think it was a very, smart decision to fall off the roof there for the blood sacrifice, and that was the play. As you saw, the team came together and grouped up and won as a team there. That's something that we haven't seen in previous rounds, as the teams just seem like they falter, whether it's not roam clearing properly or, letting a smoke clutch a 1v3, but that's something we've been missing from EOS Alte, and I'm glad to see that they're starting to step it up. Maybe they just needed to shake the rust off. It's the first, game of their season, so there's anything that can happen. Anything can happen in the first week. This is a brand new team, a brand new roster, and, they've still got to find the team chemistry together as a team, and that's something that is very important, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this team can, try to bring themselves back together and figure themselves out. They're also playing with 2 subs, and maybe that's affecting, the teamwork here, but, I'm glad to see that they've, managed to figure something out since the first round, because it's been a while since we've seen, any big impact from them. So great job by them to go ahead and bring that together and make a great attacking round out of it after the blunder of falling off the roof. But excited to see what we can see next from them, as it looks like they're going to try to do a better job of roam clearing this downstairs hold.
change up in the lineup of 5 flankers, 0 anchors is that Parm is off of the Solus, off of the Cade, and might pay dividends. Banana, he'll take a lot of damage from the TCS G12. So now Parm, he'll retreat to this middle stairs, hoping to bait out some more players here from the side of Eos Aute to hopefully get opening pick, deny the buck the vertical presence. Dynasty, with that Gemini, is going to clear a lot of this bar side. I believe they're going to realize that there's not a whole lot of roam presence here. If they want to go for this kitchen take, they see the vertical goals being made here. Parm still lurking on the stairs. Possible flank to be attempted here from the Cade. As now we tick down to 1 minute 40. The hatches are starting to open. Ranger is watching that flank. So if Parm wishes to try his luck, he's going to have to land that shot on the Renga. Watching this rotation. Kitchen hatch will finally get opened, as well as the vertical take being done from the side of Lego. He'll down the Maestro. That's an easy kill for Hoi Hoi, or onto Hoi Hoi rather, as Lego on the Zofia will pick up the Maestro.
As we see Dr. Thunder take out Parm, it's a huge play there. They're going to try to find an angle onto the guy that's on box 1 near blue. Montana's also trying to peek this Zofia, as she will take off his head, making it a 5v2, and it seems to me that EOS Alte has finally turned it on. They've shaken off the rust. They've gotten this team chemistry to where it needs to be. They're starting to make smarter plays. This is something that's been missing in the previous rounds, but we're starting to see a much different team than we saw in the 3 rounds that they've lost. And this is going to be a very, very tough round for Marks and Merchant to win. We do see a drop there as the fuser goes down, and it's a flawless round by EOS Alte. Such a big change here in the team's approach. I don't know if there's, you know, a change in the IGL, or if they just talked to each other and was like, guys, we've got to figure something out. And whatever it was, they figured it out. They didn't ask for any timeout or anything. They just sat there, you know, in between rounds. They figured out what they needed to do, and now it's a 3-3 split going over to this, you know, flip of attackers and defenders. And so now we're going to get to see what they can do on defense and what 5 flankers can do on offense.
Indeed. And now that was a really good half as well from EOS Aute. They managed to get those 2 last attacking rounds that they needed, but they have something going into their defensive half that 5 FOA do not have, and that is momentum. They've won the past 2 rounds in a row on their attacks, and leading that momentum of winning those 2 rounds going into their defensive side is definitely going to be a big boost to their morale. So we see a very interesting lineup being brought for this basement defense. You have the Oryx, you have the Thunderbird, as well as the Frost for this basement defense that's being brought by Lego, Ranger, and Dynasty respectfully. This is a lineup that we don't really see a whole lot for basement. If you showed me this lineup, I would have guessed it was probably a gym hold, but
yeah, and you know, it'll definitely be something to watch here with the Frost. You know, he's got 2 Frost mats left. Seems like he's putting them down. I'm not exactly sure where besides maybe blue these Frost mats would go. Maybe just putting down some random Frost mats to catch some unsuspecting attackers, but it looks like a possible top-down clear here on the side of 5 flankers, no anchors, as Lego is going to probably be the first person to see action here on the side of EOS Alte, as they are going pretty aggressive here on this top floor take, as Lego's just going to go ahead and move to the first floor. They're having to get kitchen hatch late, so maybe we see a possible couple of defenders being taken out early, as Merchant's going to turn around just at the right time for the Oryx, who climb back up the hatch and takes out Lego, and that's a huge pick.
Indeed, that Oryx could pay dividends on that later flank later into the round, and so removing it early is an incredibly good pick to make. Ranger's going to get pressure from the vertical play from Merchant on Buck. He hasn't had too hot of a game too far, and he's the Buck player. He's one of the 2 entry players. He's 2-5 on the board right now, which, you know, you want him alive to make that initial vertical clearance as well as to get that opening pick, but it seems as though he's been kind of having a rough game so far, and hopefully we can see him pick it up sooner rather than later. Parm's going to run out Dynasty over towards this Moto position. Now he'll start to swing in. He's going to challenge the Frost here on this position. Elsewhere, find Dr. Thunder. That's the Cade dropped. As he sprays through, he'll light up Dynasty. Equal trades of damage going through. So we whittle down slowly to the final minute. Fuse charges from Hoi Hoi will whittle down the health of Ranger. The contestations will pump juices back into the remaining members of Eos Alte. Is now slowly ticks down past the final minute mark. 5 FOA have to make an execute happen here. They have not gotten that hatch open.
Oh,
unfortunate for Ranger. The fuse charge will manage to remove him. Banana down. It's now just a technical 1v5 for Dynasty. Nade will come tossed out to hopefully finish off Banana. It will be too short. Merchant, he'll pick off whatever was left with the smoke, and now it's just all in Dynasty. They will at least deny a flawless. Merchant's a fall. He'll get sprayed from blue. Montana has the insurance. And now 5 flankers, no anchors. They got a first attacking round. They've broken that momentum.
You know, that's something they really needed there because, you know, the previous round was a flawless round by EOS Alte, and that's just something that, you know, you look at 5 flankers, no anchors. If they wanted to stop the momentum, that was the round to do it in. You know, you don't want to let this team continue to build on the momentum, especially after having a flawless round like that. You see Marks and company, they go upstairs, they cleared out the Oryx top floor. They almost caught the 2 going up the kitchen late off guard, but they got down the main stairs safely. But the fuse was just paying dividends as he got kills and gadgets taken out, got the hatch open. I mean, that was probably the biggest part of the round, besides taking out, you know, the Orc so early, was just clearing out everything with the fuse and causing a big disturbance right under the kitchen down there in the arsenal. So great job by 5 flankers, no anchors, and getting that fuse opening kill, and you know, everything else that came with it there, because I mean, that was just about as close to a flawless round as you can get, besides, you know, losing one person there late in the end of the round. But wow, what a round there from the attackers. Let's see, we're gonna see another bottom hold, and the Solus is being brought out, as well as Capcan over the Frost. So maybe they've made some alterations to this lineup that they needed. It might be a heavier roam presence than we saw last round, so get ready for that, as it looks like a possible garage take towards CC with the Oryx playing above in Logic.
Like, it will spot the utility usage over to the garage side. Huge pick! There it is! Parm dropped. That's the Iana off the board. Great opening pick from the side of Eos Alte on this defense. Now, they go into this first minute down a man. That's Parm. That is your top fragging entry player. That is definitely not someone you want to be losing early. Merchant looking to equalize that man count. Lego on the scanner. Will spot out. Merchant will take some lumps. Impact will go out. The drone gets spotted. Merchant with a swing. He'll manage to find one, but Banana has the cross. Merchant to drop. That's the buck off the board. Banana still in this position. Could pick up another frag.
Once at his window, he's going to be shot at.
What a flick on the Hoi Hoi. No more. Marks will have that trade. And now, the 2v3 in favor of Eos Alte here. Thermite and the Capitao remain. The rest, I believe, have scampered off the site here. As, yeah, the remaining players will be in blue and armory, respectively. The side of 5 FOA, I believe, might be droning this out and recognize this, so could, in fact, try to creep their way downstairs here. Marks will do just that. She moves her way over towards Swamp's Secret, trying to find some of these members of the defense. Peeking over towards that generator side. Dynasty there holding the cover from Oil Pit.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to start realizing that this is a hard blue push, as Dynasty and Dr. Thunder are starting to watch this. They're going to rotate off of this generator after they get this stock hatch open. And shots going on to the cap can, but no shots are going to hit, as She's going to start creeping her way down these blue stairs towards the generator. Dynasty's going to try to prone at the table. It seems like she may know. Capitao also dropping blue. Shots on the marks is going to injure her. So now 1v3 for Montana.
Very difficult to do for the Capitao with just 30 seconds left remaining. Trying to bait out those 1v1s with spray, find a lot of damage onto Thunder. He's now reduced to a sliver of what he once was. 15 seconds left to spray from the foul. Trying to catch up some of these members of AOS Aute, but they're playing it smart. They're holding their crosses. Thunder gets dropped. That might be another kill for Montana if he can secure it, but it just seems like it's not going to happen. Pulls up the gun 6, doesn't know where he is going. AOS Aute responds to that attacking round with a church defense victory.
Yeah, and he looked about as confused as a homeless man on house arrest after that right there. Pulled out the Gon 6, didn't have any more, ammo, I'm assuming, in his para. Had to pull out the Gon 6, and that's just not going to be able to take anybody out. But at that point, the round was pretty much lost. So, unfortunate there. But, great. Once again, this match has been pretty damn even between these two teams. You've got EOS Alte, they've had their struggles and they've bounced back time and time again. They struggle and they bounce back. This is something that we've seen from this team that is honestly so impressive from them. They continue to find, their errors and fix them. They went downstairs. They had, issue with that hold the very first time. It looked like a pretty dominant take there by 5 flankers. And then right after that, you see Alte immediately make a comeback and win in pretty dominating fashion. Besides, you lose your 2 roamers, but they got the picks that they needed there. So great job by them. They're going to go for a CC hold, and I believe this is the first time we've seen CC up to this point in this match. I could be wrong. Maybe we saw it earlier from them in this match, but I'm fairly certain we did not see it. So
5 FOA did play it once.
Okay. Well, so it's the first time we're seeing it from Alte, I believe, then. So it's gonna be, something to take, note of. The CC room is something, once again, we're seeing both these teams try to stray away from as much as they can, deciding to go gym and church beforehand. But now we're seeing CC once again, and let's see if we see a similar take from the attackers this time that we saw from EOS Alte when they were attacking.
Seems like they have a similar setup from Aute since they were attacking. Another notable addition that I believe they did not have is the Maverick, being run by Merchant. Early exothermic charge to open up the garage to get some entrance point to pressure the Rafters player early. There's now a minute is left on the clock. Post Fiosa on this repel with casting out the red player trying to trick directly. They'll begin to get that wall, and Hoi Hoi, he'll just do exactly that. He spots the leg of another one. Ranger down. That's a double for Hoi Hoi on this repel.
Huge play.
Great entry from this player here. As now the Maverick will continue to work on the wall, trying to get this tricked. Minute
these two teams are going blow for blow here. You've got a guy top red. They finally get the Maverick trick completed. As we're going to see Banana take out Parm. That's huge. That's your Iona gone. Once again, the fragger out. 2 nades going down. And you have a 3v4 here. The wall's pretty much open. It's just soft at this point, so they're going to have to shoot it open. They have single panel and garage open as well, and I'm not sure if they do have 1 player playing Rafters, actually. So that's going to be huge. If Dynasty dies, though, you could see a possible garage take, but it doesn't seem like that's the plan of these attackers now, as it seems like they may be moving on towards construction.
Dynasty was getting a little brazen there, just peeking the garage breach like that. Hoi Hoi looking to enter in towards the construction side. Merchant to hold across onto the cash door. Mark still outside, Montana below. It looks like 5 FOA are trying to get into position for a cash hold. Mark spots out the goo mine, so there's not going to be any disadvantage. Now Montana and Hoi Hoi are in this position where they can support their teammate. Can opener will go on the wall to try and pressure to these members of Aute, especially Banana on the rocks. Will sprint out. The smoke will deny that in advance. A lot of damage taken. Hoi down. Osa gone. Merchant also falls. Sprays through. Banana, he'll die from the fire of Montana. And now it's a 3v2 now, or a 2v2 technically, as Marks gets the plant down, but Hoi is down, and a little bit of BM from Lego.
Lego goes crazy there towards the end.
A little bit of BM from Lego as he manages to pick up 3 on the round to clutch up that match. Or to clutch up that round, excuse me. And now we, for the first time, I believe, Aute have the lead.
You know, and that's something that we've once again are starting to become accustomed to, blow for blow here by these two teams. And it looked like for a second maybe the attackers had a chance to win that round. You saw the Legion, I can't quite remember who it was there. Maybe it was Montana, but they were about as slippery as a lubricated snake there, as they were just moving around, had fire on them, smokes going out, Capital shooting at them. I mean, they stayed alive as long as they possibly could, and that delayed the construction push as long as, you know, as humanly possible. So great job there with the delay. They had to clear them out, but you know, the plant just couldn't get down in time, and a great job there by Lego to clear out the remaining attackers who were pushing in from the construction side.
You're going to see Gym and Bedroom being brought out from the side of Aute for, I believe, the first time here. They're going to have a fairly similar setup to what 5FOA brought on their defense. Notable addition being the Mozzie here, being brought by Lego and Quail. I've already discussed my thoughts on Mozzie. He's fantastic, and I believe in this sort of kind of denial style roam over towards cash, it could prove dividends, putting pests on that rafter window, on a bunch of other entry points like the Lucky Hatch, could prove incredibly beneficial into slowing time. Same with this castle here being brought out from Banana. So now we get into the round here. Now we have to see 5FOA kind of pick apart this defense here. Arm making his way over towards the roof here. He's going to be playing on that ace.
Yeah, and we're seeing, you know, this team bring out the Mozzie, which is a nice pick. We see Aute seems to be their plan to go for anti-intel as they ban the Dokkaebi and the Valkyrie and bring in the Mozzie. You know, Mozzie can be intel in his own right, but more of an anti-intel, as this is a great example. The drone is not going to be able to push through this drone hole, as there's a Mozzie pest right above it, and they're not going to be able to find the Mozzie pest as the Cade continues to do his Cade trick. A great job here from the defenders of EOS Aute at stopping a potential take. He might get wallbang through this door, and he does. Hoi finds Thunder. That's going to be the Cade, and there goes the thermite charge, blowing open Jacuzzi wall.
Bought the player of Lego over towards the CC side. Dynasty elsewhere, he'll find the Sledge of Merchant. He's just having a rough game today, as the frost will down him, bringing that round count back to 4v4 now. As Ranger sitting on this main stair position, denying the advance of 5FOA. Thermite charges elsewhere. We'll get, I believe that's the con wall.
Yeah, I believe that was the single panel con wall, as well as we see Banana holding this tight angle on the gym rack here, trying to stop anybody from potentially walking through the Jacuzzi wall and anyone that may peek his window. A pretty good power position here, as the Ace may know where this Mozzie is, and I think they're just going to have a good old Mexican standoff here. They're holding this long angle, the Mozzie looking for the Ace. They're finally going to rotate off of each other. And Banana, once again, continuing to try to hold these tight angles on any unsuspecting attackers. The Mozzie and the Ace are finally going to take gunfights here, but Mommy Marks finds a shot onto Ranger. And then immediate refrag by Dynasty, putting it into a 2v3 here for the attackers. And unless anything's changed, these two are pretty far from each other, so they're going to either have to regroup or make something happen on their own right, as Palm is going to make his way up the stairs, but time is running out. He's going to push up the main stairs, get a pre-fire onto the Frost, who was in Logi. It's a 2v2 now, 6 seconds remaining. Montana still has Diffuser, has to get it down or else they're going to lose this round. It's a 1v2 and no shots hit as Parm is going to lose his life there at the end. Diffuser doesn't get down in time, and a win there for the defenders as we're going to head into, I believe, match point here from EOS Alte, who, you know, in their own right had some problems, some falters early in the match, but they come back, they make the adjustments they need, and wow, what a great job by them to eventually come back, take the lead, and put themselves in match point.
Indeed, a great showing here. Church and Arsenal to be the potential final bomb site here in regulation. Gonna bring out some a lot of interesting picks. You're seeing that Orcs again swapping over to the Solus. We got the Capcan and Ranger on the dock, which is a pick we don't see a whole lot anymore.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, and since Doc's recent change with since Doc's recent change being able to heal, you know, himself as well as the teammates all the way up to full HP, it's made him a little bit more viable, as well as the addition of the Bailiff, which I feel like is such a, you know, big piece of utility for these, you know, defenders. They love to make rotates. It's a good little secondary shotgun, and it does the job that's needed to be done, as they're gonna go for a downstairs hold here. Ranger hopefully looking to step it up, but maybe the Doc pick is what he needed to put his his impact onto the round. Once again, we're gonna see a Solus roam up top, maybe a second as well from the looks of it, and we'll see if we see another top down clear from the side of 5 flankers, no anchors for these, you know, roamers up top.
Fairly similar lineup being brought. No fuse this time from Hoyhoy. He'll instead be on that Lion. He's got the Gone 6 out. Could this be a potential rush, or is Hoyhoy just looking?
Oh no!
Oh no, Banana. He'll spot that. He'll spot the phone of Montana through the wall. That's opening pick. Armed to respond though as Thunder falls. He's just in the bomb site. He's got 2 big picks. Dynasty felled as well. And now Ranger with the response. Merchant falls. That's the sledge gone with another response. But Hoyhoy is there to equalize. Ranger's the fall. But the Capcan trap! Oh, how unfortunate. Sprays to the wall! Parm with the triple kill on the round. Does he know where the last one is? Diffuser in hand. He'll flick to blue. Tries to peek through the door. Parm with the 4K just entering through dirt. He doesn't give a damn about the roam coming out from EOS Alte. He'll take out 4, and he's going to force all 12 rounds to be played here on Clubhouse.
And that was just an amazing job there by Parm. You know, you see an entry frag there from the Solus getting the kill onto the person outside of the single panel on construction. And then next thing you know, frags were going out in bomb site, trade after trade after trade. And eventually you just see Parm being the last person alive. He's clutched it up before in this game, and you see a second 1vx there from him, and he's keeping his team alive here as they're going to attack once more. It's going to go 5-6 match point, and this is going to be such an interesting round. You know, we see these defenders going to the CC hold, something that they seem to trust pretty well. They did a good job of holding CC last time, as you know, the team had to, you know, the attackers had to push construction there at the end, and it just, they didn't have enough time to get the bomb down. They didn't get enough frags, and so maybe they'll see a potential, you know, similar end to the round here. But Banana and Parm, they're doing their due diligence at fragging out for their team. Just what an amazing game we have here so far.
Yeah, what a game right now from Banana. 15-8 on that roamer position. It's being followed closely by Lego, who's been also contributing a hell of a lot to his team now. As we get into the final round of regulation, 5 FOA are going to have to attack this top floor CC bomb site. They're going to go for roughly the same thing that they did last time. Parm on that Maverick. It's then going to be Marks on the OSA, but it looks like they were going to do a fairly similar strategy here. Marks is going to set up that O's shield outside, get that prepped for the player flying onto that balcony. Now the Maverick trick and the work will start from Parm to attempt to get that wall open. The discovery phase now in full swing as a lot of drones coming out from the side of 5 FOA. Merchant and Mark looking their drones. Parm looking to get this wall open. Hoi Hoi holding the angle. And the wall will be opened now.
Yeah, I would like to clarify. Earlier I said that we've seen Parm win those. I believe that was Hoi Hoi, who's having an amazing game in his own right. So I wanted to give the flowers there. But great job at getting this Maverick hole open between the Sledge and the Maverick very early on into the round. And that's going to be huge as we see Hoi Hoi gets the pick onto Banana. That's huge. That's the top frag for this defending team as well as the Solus. So great job there. They're going to try to get a peek onto this person sitting into top rafters of garage. That's going to be Dynasty, who's trying to do his very best at making himself unseen from the people in garage, but knows that there's possibly a take here from lounge for a bottom clear for anybody that's going to try to kill him from garage. As we see Merchant in bottom garage here holding an angle onto 90 rafters. Nade's going to be pulled out here from Hoi Hoi. A peek. He takes heavy damage, but takes out Dynasty as well as they have garage control. That's going to be a huge sign of momentum here for the attackers, but a triple kill here from Hoi Hoi. And now we're in a 4v2. The attackers possibly going to put this into overtime.
45 seconds left on that clock. Thunder and Lego remain. Fire from the Capital will come in. He's just gonna run up of Red. He'll take the head off of Lego, and now it's just all on Thunder in a 1v4. Trying to find the Capital, but they've taken that CC control. They want to get this plant down. Marks will begin it. Hoi Hoi is looking for a quad. Thunder will spray through. He'll get down. That's an easy frag. We're going to overtime.
You know, I think that's exactly what I wanted to see here on a Clubhouse map. You know, we haven't seen any overtime matches so far in week 1, if I'm not mistaken, but a great job there from the attackers and a great job from Hoi Hoi. Right as I was giving him his flowers for, you know, the previous clutch earlier, I believe that was a 4 or 3K there. So great job there from Hoi Hoi as he pushes this into overtime with his team. And this is going to be a very, very fun last few rounds we get to cast here, but they're going to go gym bedroom as EOS Alte has defense first. But gosh, this has been blow for blow. Honestly, either side I could see winning this.
Attackers need to locate
It is
and
definitely
defuse
looking
bombs.
a lot closer right now. EOS Alte, they're going to start on their defense here as they are going to gym and bedroom, which they had a really good time defending here. It was a lot closer than they would have liked to admit. It did come down to, I believe, a 1v2 in that last round that they played it. But it's going to be a fairly similar lineup being here. You got Ranger on that Rook that he has been bringing quite often. You also have Lego bringing out the Alibi, which is a pick we don't see a whole lot often, which is weird because she was an incredibly popular roamer pick not too long ago.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and see Parm and company go ahead and try to make their push over here. Going to wallbang the CC wall for any potential spawn peaks, but they're not going to find any. So they're going to make their way onto the roof. Merchant going to walk right into garage, take out the default cam. Luckily, there's nobody top rafters as that might have led to an easy death. They're going to try to go for a little CC take here, and that might be the play, but 40 seconds has already been taken, and they haven't made much progress onto this map besides taking garage and opening up CC wall now. So let's see if they can progress this attack a little quicker. As a minute's gone into the round, they've identified this CC extension into cache. They're going to start opening up this cache wall as they make their way onto the cache and construction side. A kill there from Merchant takes out Lego, and that's a huge pick. I believe the Thermite just opened Jacuzzi Wall, so great job there as they're going to look for the additional defenders who are holding this cache side, as cache has now been cleared out. These defenders are now holding these long angles from construction. Shots go on to Branana from Parm, or excuse me, Branana missing the shots onto Parm, and Parm immediately flicks on to Branana there as Thermite Charge goes off. And maybe now we've got the Jacuzzi Wall open, as seems to be the case. It is.
Great opening work here from the side of 5FOA, getting that early cache control. Nearly 2 minutes in, Ranger will take a gunfight with Parm. He'll lose it to Merchant instead, as he also swings now 2v5 in favor of 5FOA. Thunder and Dynasty left. Thunder, he's going to swing the breach, ill-advised. Marks is there ready for that swing, and now it's just Dynasty to try to do a better flawless. Lights up Parm as the Frost pitter-patters, but it's going to be a flawless round for 5FOA on their attack, leading into match point once again.
Yeah, what an incredible round. We just saw 5FOA do probably the best breach and clear we've seen. You know, for a little bit, it looked like they were, just taking their time, trying to get the intel they needed to see how these guys set up their extension into cache and construction. And then at that point, it just came down to winning gunfights. We saw a couple of the defenders take some shots onto the attackers, and they missed their shots. And, sometimes you can't hit the broadside of a barn if you try. So that's just the unfortunate circumstance that EOS Alte was in, but we're going to see an attack here from them, and we've seen them come in on the attack and do great things. We've seen them come in the attack and, not have a great showing, but, I believe towards their last few attack rounds, that's when they really seem to click and step up. So don't just count them out of this match yet. It's a downstairs hold. Downstairs has seemed to be one of the better defensive, rooms here. However, we have also seen a couple of crazy rounds where the attackers have made plays and just won the round out of thin air almost. So it'll be interesting to see. We see once again the Solus being brought out. Pretty much a similar hold that we've seen from 5FOA on all of their downstairs holds. The Maestro being brought out, the Solus being brought out. We see an Oryx being brought out once again. These are operators that have heavy frag potential. So expect guns to be firing at all cylinders. Palm's looking for any potential drones that are going to be, droning them out as they make their way into stock. And Palm knows he's been spotted in this top garage here.
We're going to making work over towards Secret, trying to spot out some of these members as well as some rotations. Farm. He's looking to creep down into Swamp. Ranger, he'll find that opening pick onto Merchant. He's not aware of Branana's position. And now 2 quick picks coming in the first minute of the round, giving that advantage over to EOS Alte as they look to push down this blue side. Montana looks towards that blue side and might have spotted the head of Branana if he dared to peek that, but it looks like this vertical is just going to be played here really well from the side of EOS Alte. So they're going to open up the kitchen floorboards to get some of that pressure going. Stuns from Zofia will pour out to try and identify the location of some of these members. Hoi Hoi, he'll find something that'll make this a lot more palatable for the side of 5FOA, but he's traded out by Dynasty, and now it's a 2v4. Heading into this final minute 30, there is one inside of Moto. Mark's aware. She'll try to swing on Branana. He'll just sprint on in. Now it's all on Montana. Not going to be able to find a single one. Dynasty shuts it out. We're going to need all 15 here.
And you know what? What an incredible job by these two teams going blow for blow. We see these attackers. It seems like that's just where they thrive at. These heavy hitting guns, these fast shooting guns with big scopes on them that you can just see a mile away and take out anybody, in your crosshairs. So great job by these two teams going all 15 rounds. And this is an incredible match. I'm so glad I got to cast the best match of the week here. But we're going to see the defenders go back down to basement. And this is going to be an interesting take as we see Lego hop onto the Vigil. I'm not sure we've seen the Vigil be in play so far into this match. So that'll be pretty fun to watch, as I'm assuming him and Branana are going to try to do as hard of a roam as they can and take out as many of these attackers, and just delay as much time as they can as well. Some of the things that people don't understand when going into a comp setting is time is the biggest factor in the game. If you can delay as much time as possible, you may only get 1 or 2 picks as a roamer. But if you can delay 2 minutes of the round, that's the most important part of being a successful roamer. And you have 2 operators who are anti-intel. Solus is going to look for the drones to take him out. Vigil's able to hide from him. And these are 2 operators that can work well in unison if they work together as a team here. And that'll be the most important thing for EOS to do, as Vigil's going to go ahead and barricade this top red door at CC. We're going to need to see a top-down clear here from 5 flankers, no anchors. And we're going to see the knock be brought out here by Palm.
Could be used for a potential later round flank. I believe it might be towards blue or down main. It might be what Nook is attempting to do. He's going to enter towards that strip side, trying to cut off some of the rotations from the members of Aute, the Solus, and the Vigil above. However, the Solus could spot the Nook approaching from that strip side. I cannot believe she has yet. So now 1 minute is almost whittled off of the clock here. Parm has made his way into billiards. Fernando will spot the drone heading over towards the bar area. Knows that they want to take this strip side. However, they're not exactly going to push him. Lego with that opening pick onto Merchant. That's the ace off the board. That is a big pick to have. He'll spot the Nook out of Parm. He'll take him down as well. What a amazing shot here from Lego. As now they've recognized that they have the picks that they want. They're just going to retreat down to site.
He's going to go down for a stem here and possibly get put back to full HP from Ranger. And that'll be such a big deal here for these defenders, as you essentially did nothing on the attacker side, and Banana's going to find Hoi Hoi. It's now a 2v5, and it's looking less and less likely that 5 flankers takes this match, as Montana and Mommy Marks are the last 2 remaining. They're going to have to, come together here and try to make a play. No hard breach besides those 2 mini breaches there from Montana, and this is just going to have to be a big frag fest between these 2. They have to deal with cap cans as well as a minute to work with here, and it seems that all the defenders are back down on site. Marks is going to take a gunfight here with the Vigil, putting her down to 1 HP with the Fuser and Dirt. A death here could be huge, but she'll instead take out Lego. Montana so far on the opposite side of the map as he pushes blue, sees the one on Jin, takes out one, immediately refragged by Thunder. Thunder's gonna see Marks in Dirt. They know she's last alive in there. Everyone's going for this kill, a possible impact to win the round, and that's gonna be the win for EOS Alte. And what a great job there, coming back after being down a few rounds and then going blow for blow with what I believe was, just the most even matchup we could possibly find today.
That was an incredible game to watch. What a great shutout from the side of EOS Alte on that initial push there that eventually was able to bring them to a victory here on Clubhouse. They are going to take it 8-7 tonight. That's going to give them 2 points tonight. I believe 5 FOA will walk away with 1 point, since I believe that is how overtime rules work here. Well, what a fantastic game of Clubhouse we've just watched.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, that is going to be all the Siege that we are doing tonight. There should be another match coming up on Wednesday, so mark your calendars for that. I believe that is going to be Gummy Goers versus Muted. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to follow BroLeague on Twitter. That is at BroLeague_. We get updates on matches. You'll know when we go live. You'll get VODs as well as some pretty good content from the guys running it over there. But I believe that is going to be all from us today. So we shall hopefully see you on Wednesday, where we will see Gummy Goers face off against Muted. But until then, farewell.